From the Association of New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Clubs, a member of the NRA's Board of Directors, Mr. Scott Bach joins us. Scott, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Cam. Great to be back.
It's good talking with you again. And yesterday we reported on the Attorney General in New Jersey making the determination that the Armatix IP1 is not a smart gun, and that means that New Jersey's smart gun law has not been triggered. I'm guessing that there are some very unhappy gun control advocates in the Brady campaign today because they were the ones who were asking the Attorney General to issue this report and to make that determination that a smart gun was, in fact, available for sale in the United States.
Absolutely, Cam. They actually have forced the issue, and it's kind of blown up on them right now. The interesting thing is New Jersey's smart gun law dates back to 2002, and no Attorney General has issued the required annual report on whether there's an available smart gun, which would trigger the law. It seems that now that the technology is at a certain level where the antis have just assumed that that the law can be triggered now, and so the Brady campaign has brought a lawsuit forcing the Attorney General to issue this report. Well, this report was issued in the context of that litigation, and bottom line, I don't think anybody was expecting to have the rug pulled out from under them and to have the AG essentially hold, this gun that they hung their hopes on just doesn't fill the bill under New Jersey's law. Now, New Jersey's smart gun law is a lot more complicated than it would seem at first glance. It's highly intricate and poorly worded, very difficult to understand, which may be why folks thought that the Armatix gun qualified as a smart gun. But bottom line is that gun relies on RFID technology in a separate bracelet that's worn by the supposedly authorized user. The problem with that, according to the Attorney General, is that anyone can use that bracelet once it's activated. And under New Jersey's law, the technology has to be limited so that only a particular user can use it. So the Armatix gun doesn't fit the bill. So interestingly enough, they got their report that they were looking for, but it said quite the opposite of what they were expecting.
Indeed it did. And it also, Scott, defined, I think, what a smart gun is. It didn't redefine this. It's not as if the Attorney General rewrote New Jersey's smart gun statute. But the Attorney General pointed out, for instance, that the Armatix IP1, it's activated through a wristwatch. And so it doesn't meet that standard of the New Jersey smart gun law because somebody grappling with that firearm owner, if they got their hands on the gun and the firearm owner had their hands on the gun, that gun would still go off. And they say this law actually has to be triggered by a gun that would recognize that unique user. Does this raise the bar for that smart gun technology that the gun control advocates have been really hoping to see either in theory or in practice implemented? Most
definitely it does, Cam. Look, there's all kinds of different smart gun technologies that are in research and development right now. The inherent problem with that, for example, a fingerprint reader on a firearm, the inherent and obvious problem with that is, putting delicate electronics on a device designed to contain a small explosion seems like an idea that's destined for trouble. And just to be clear, nobody is opposed to technology. If this is a great idea, put it out there in the market and let the market decide. What we're opposed to are laws that mandate the exclusive use of the technology, which essentially is a ban on all conventional handguns. That's New Jersey's smart gun law. Once it's triggered, it would ban all conventional handguns. And the law shouldn't limit your choice when it comes to defending your life. So there's a lot of folks out there trying to say that, the folks on our side are opposed, they're blocking technology. It has nothing to do with technology. It has to do with limiting choice when it comes to self-defense.
Absolutely. I mean, look, Scott, you know this as well as I do. Not every gun owner, but there are a lot of gun owners who are technophiles, right? I mean, they're gadget geeks. They love technology. They're early adopters. It's the mandate, as you say. It's that determination that this is the only type of firearm that you can have. And it's that determination coming from people who, as you and I both know, Scott, quite frankly, don't know a whole lot about guns, how they work, and they don't want to know. They want to tell you what the laws should be regarding firearms, but they would not even claim to be firearm experts.
They know this much, Cam. They know that the technology is inherently unreliable, and the evidence of that is that built into New Jersey's smart gun law is an exemption for law enforcement and something that says if you use the smart gun and it goes click instead of bang, you can't sue the state. So, I mean, if it's such a great idea, why shouldn't law enforcement use it? I mean, law enforcement are faced with situations where their firearms are sometimes taken from them under certain circumstances. And why is the state worried about lawsuits from people if the technology doesn't function and somebody, gets injured because they couldn't defend themselves or loses their life? So they know more than they're letting on. I mean, honestly, this is not about technology. It's about finding another angle, another way to ban every conventional handgun out there, and that's why the smart gun tactic seems to be, the darling of the gun ban movement right now. I mean, you can't, a day doesn't go by without multiple articles in national media, pushing, this as the great solution to gun violence, which it is not. Criminal element is not going to be deterred, or limited by technology. I mean, that whole notion is just a giant red herring. Someone intent on doing evil is going to do evil no matter what tool is available. This is all about limiting the rights of the law-abiding and finding a nice, marketable angle to do it. And smart guns provide that. And it's unfortunate that that whole angle has been co-opted in that way.
To that end, Scott, we had seen the author of the smart gun legislation way back when, Loretta Weinberg, suggest that perhaps she'd be willing to repeal this legislation only if the NRA would come out and say that they wouldn't oppose this technology in the future. What do you think of the what will happen here with the existing smart gun law in New Jersey now that the Attorney General has said nope, the law is not triggered? Do you think this issue will sort of fade away legislatively, or do you think there is a chance that gun control advocates would go back and try to tweak this law, perhaps to make it apply to the Armatics IP1 or, in some other form or fashion to try to change the law?
Look, the smart gun angle to ban guns is their darling right now. I don't think this goes away because of the New Jersey Attorney General. I think their options include trying to tinker with the law to make it apply to Armatics, to repeal it altogether. I mean, there's some pressure on New Jersey lawmakers from national antis because it's perceived that New Jersey's law is so poorly written that it's an impediment to the rollout of smart guns nationally. So this is not going away. I mean, you could see the Attorney General's opinion here challenged in court as well to, try to drive a stake through the heart of the notion, that the separate technology, the RFID technology, does qualify. You could see them trying to move that. So this is not going away, Cam. We're going to be facing this in one form or another for a long time. And again, it's not the technology. No one, including NRA, including ANJRPC, nobody's opposed to technology. We are firmly opposed to laws that are mandates that limit your choice when it comes to defending yourself. And, I don't know how to say it more plainly than that.
Well, that's all you need to say, Scott. Listen, I appreciate you coming on the program. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and look forward to talking to you again very soon, sir.
Thanks, Cam.
Scott Bach, head of the Association of New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Clubs, member of the NRA's Board of Directors, with us here on NRA News, Cam and Company.